Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99. Welcome back to Werewolf Hunger, a day in the life of Herdis Halfelven, the werewolf.
Indeed.
And you missed the last episode, RecV5X, when I demonstrated at the end of it the absolute supremacy of the werewolf.
Ah!
Because I encountered this huge pack of Welwas.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what the hell a Welwa is. It appears to be some kind of a weird mutated bear or something. But anyway, they're quite dangerous. They are usually encountered in packs of sometimes as many as 5 or 6.
Yep.
I encountered a pack. By the time I killed them all, I counted them. There was 21.
Wow, that's huge. That's ridiculous.
But in werewolf form, I killed and ate every single one.
Nice.
So there you go. The werewolf is definitely at the top of the food chain.
Well, werewolves are pretty scary in your game.
Yes, they are. They are one of the scariest monsters about. The only thing scarier than werewolves in this game are dragons.
Yeah, whereas in vanilla, basically you become a werewolf to get the disease resistance, and that's it.
Yeah, and there isn't even any point in doing that anymore since the Anniversary Edition survival thing came out. I'm not running Anniversary Edition, but I am running the survival add-on because they were giving that away. And they introduced a whole bunch of new diseases that are apparently exempt from the werewolf immunity.
Yep.
So a person would have to make some sort of a patch, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder, too, if that was intentional or just bad design.
I don't know. It could have been either. I mean, anyway. But even as a vampire, too, right? If you're playing a vampire character, normally a vampire is immune to diseases. Well, now you have to carry around a couple of cure disease potions. Or a couple of Potimo's Kush reefers, which also cure disease, right?
But it's the vampire thing in particular that makes you wonder if it's actually intentional or not, because they are undead, right? And it doesn't really make sense for them to get a disease.
That's right. I would think I'm leaning toward its bad design. It's something that they missed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and while I was down here fighting this battle, because what I was doing was I was traveling across country trying to get to the Antronax stone, which I eventually did. Because as you can see on the compass thing there, it's actually not that far away.
Yep.
But I came across this thing, which on the map is marked as Sadrith Kegren. Okay? However, I can't interact with this door or anything like that. So basically it's obviously the exit from somewhere.
Yep.
But you can't go in to wherever that is from here. So anyway, I succeeded in, reaching the Antronax stone. So now that basically gives me the equivalent of 50% magic resistance, which is good, because I discovered a while ago that if you manage to get to the point where you have the Antronax stone plus a couple of magic resistance rings or amulet and ring or any combination thereof that gives you another 50%, then it basically, you don't need to worry about fire resistance or lightning resistance or anything like that, because 100% magic resistance basically gives you the maximum resistance possible against all forms of magical attack.
Yep.
So basically magic resistance is supreme. It's the best defensive enchantment out there, right?
Oh, and always has been, too.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that until relatively recently, right?
You can get, I think, a small amount more resistance by stacking your fire resistance with your magic resistance.
Yeah.
But, trying to do that for each individual element, I mean, magic resistance already does a good enough job. There's not really any point.
Yeah, well, I learned this because there's another character that I'm playing on my own personal playthrough where I'm playing in Falskar, actually. And I just happen to be of the level where I'm starting to discover a lot of magic resistance items. So I've got a left-hand magic resistance ring of 22%.
Yep.
And a right-hand magic resistance ring of 20. And then I've also got an amulet of magic resistance of 20. And I had also visited the Antronax stone.
Nice.
And now, like, when I come up against enemies that have magical attacks, whether it's Draugr with shouts or or mages, you know, like hitting me with spells or whatever, I'm largely immune to most of the effects of their attacks. Like I still, instead of suffering, for example, you get a Draugr who has that nasty
drain life show.
Yeah, that gray magical. Oh shit! That's a vampire out in the middle of the daytime. What the hell? Yeah, little bastard can run pretty fast too.
Yep, and you better heal too, because someone's shooting at you. And
Yeah,
I just heard a arrow go ting.
Yeah, well, we'll take some health potions now that I'm sort of out of range of that. And we'll just rush into here. And we'll let the guards help us out a little bit. Okay, well that finishes that one up.
Problems were solved.
Well, there's that other, like, crossbow shooting one or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that it'll stop shooting crossbow bolts as soon as
somebody drives their sword through it.
Werner just got killed. Where's the soldiers? Why aren't the soldiers out here doing this?
Because the soldier is hanging back shooting his crossbow, man. Like a good soldier would.
Oh. Okay, well, you know what? That guy turned into a cloud of mist, so I'm gonna
wait for him to unmist.
Wait for him to unmist, and then I'll turn him into a pile of ash. Okay. He has a hunting bow of ice. Okay, well, what are we going to do about Werner now? I don't think Werner is an important NPC, though. I know what we'll do. We'll rob him.
It's not robbing if he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think Werner is like an important quest giver or anything like that. Later on, if I decide to come back and romance Annika, it'll make me feel a little bit less bad about it, because then now, you know, she'll be a widow instead of cheating on her husband, right? It still never ceases to amaze me that, you know, like these NPCs will make these suicidal charges at these enemies that are obviously vastly superior to them in every way, right?
Is there something I can help you with?
No, not really. I'm going to take some of the stuff that this dead vampire dropped, too. I can probably... Highly unusual, though. It's not even 6 p.m. The vampires would be outside during the day.
Maybe they spawned in a previous cycle or something, and then we're just kind of hanging around, right?
Maybe while I was out werewolf rampaging or something, they spawned and I just didn't didn't see them or something, right?
I'd imagine that, yeah.
And they wisely stayed away from me.
or they just literally didn't see you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, wise? No NPC in this game is really wise.
That's true. I mean, I think Werner Rock Crusher, or whatever his name is, just demonstrated that for us, actually.
He just had a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, well, now it's not anymore. Okay, well, anyway, we stop by here real quick. We'll continue to head on out back toward Whiterun, because basically what happened was I joined the companions.
Oh, okay.
And so, of course, I got sent to beat somebody up in Windhelm.
Of course. And
so I was just kind of traveling on my way back, right? When I happened to run into this huge pack of... Well-was, and of course with all the, you know, running around and everything, you know how sometimes these battles can spread out over a huge area, right? Especially if there's a lot of combatants. And the reason that I came that way to begin with is because I wanted to hit the Antranak stone on the way back to Whiterun, right? And of course, this character is still actually pretty fragile, level 15. Because I've been, you know, like, able to punch above my weight
by being a werewolf.
By being a werewolf, but as a human character, well, most of those, like, I would have died if I'd have tried going up against that big pack of Welwa in human form, right?
You might have even just died against those vampires just now. I mean, there's a lot of things that can still very easily kill you at level 15.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, tactical retreat, like what I did there, like tactical retreat to split them up, and, like using barriers like that fence, because I might be smart enough to jump over that fence, but they're not.
Yep.
And, that way I can at least separate from, magic drain range of one of those things and then shoot it with my bow, right?
Yep.
Or let the guards handle it and then go after the one that wants to stay at a distance and shoot arrows and that kind of thing, right? Uh-oh. What's going on up here now? Oh, looks like the Stormcloaks won that battle, whatever that was. Oh, it was wolves.
Skyrim. Tell them to head to Windhelm.
Yeah.
Stormcloak wants to see them.
They killed one of my brothers. Yeah, Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them. I should check my werewolf hunger. I think I'm pretty full now after eating all those Welwas, actually. Werewolf hunger. Okay, current status. Yeah. 9.75, so I'm full. So
on a scale of what, 1 to 10?
No, the scale is something like 300.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you're okay, let's go back to that for a second because it's easier to look at it and explain it while I'm looking at it. Okay, werewolf hunger, yeah. Okay, so I think they might even have hunger stages. Okay. So full, when the hunger value is less than 60, that means that I cannot deliberately turn into a werewolf if my hunger value is less than 60.
Right.
Right. If it's more than 60, then I can turn into a werewolf. At 210, you start to get a screen blur and you can hear like howling and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I don't know, ravenous and famished. I think those things are bad. I've never personally left it that long, so I don't know what happens exactly, but...
probably debuffs, kind of similar to, what would happen in an older game like Daggerfall.
Yeah, pretty severe debuffs. And then here, of course, they tell you what the modifiers are, how quickly your hunger value increases.
Yep.
So on the nights of a full moon, your hunger value increases by a base of 5 points an hour, right? And then there's the
when the moon's really not out, then it's not so bad.
Yeah, exactly, right? And also daytime and nighttime, during the day it increases more slowly, right? So, yeah, in a new moon, basically you get nothing, right?
Yep.
And then you have waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning, third quarter, and waning crescent, right?
Yep.
And because I think they have 28-day months in this game, so basically you end up with a full moon for about 3 days in the middle of the month, like the 14th, 15th, and 16th of each month kind of thing.
Yep.
And then the moon is waxing or waning before or after that full moon event. So anyway, it also even tells me what the moon phase is right now. So it's new moon. My current hunger increase per hour is 2.5. And so, like I can probably go for a couple of days, I suppose, without having to transform and eat something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can also change these values if you want to as well, right? But I'm just using the default values from the mod, Werewolf Hunger. And I've also need to eat something here, so I think I'll have some tasty Horker loaf here. Anyway, I just thought since I was playing a werewolf that I might want to join the companions and maybe play through that particular quest line, right? At least part-time along with some of the main quest line, too.
Well, it is somewhat fitting, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we'll do a quick save here, because this hairpin turn as it goes up the hill, if occasionally I have a game crash, this is one of those locations where it seems to happen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. It doesn't always, but it does happen somewhat more frequently. I think there's like a border between cells at that location or something.
Or maybe a glitchy spawn point.
Yeah. But anyway, when I visited Whiterun, as you can tell, I found the Sodetta Huntress crafting manual, and I didn't make the armor because I'm already wearing scale armor.
Yep.
So basically, I didn't bother to make the Sodetta Huntress armor because it's about the same as scale armor anyway. And I've already got my armor all set up and smithed up and everything. But I did make the bow. So the Eclipse is one of the most powerful bows in my game, right?
Yep.
It hits about as hard as a Daedric or Dragonbone bow.
Yep.
But it fires much more quickly. Like, it has a much higher fire rate, or a quicker draw, I suppose.
That's right, because for those people who aren't fully aware, the firing speed of your bow actually depends on the type of bow you have, with Daedric bows typically firing among the slowest, and a good old wooden longbow being like one of the fastest bows to shoot in the game.
Yeah, and it's actually expressed in a decimal number, and I'm not sure how the math works on that, but a longbow has a fire rate modifier of 0.6.
Yep.
Okay? Whereas a Dragonbone bow has a fire rate modifier, I believe it's like 1.8.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you use that ratio, I suppose you could say that a wooden longbow will, even if you're good with it, you'll be able to fire 3 arrows for every one that you can fire with a Dragonbone bow, right?
Yeah, well, another way you could look at it is a wooden longbow fires 40% faster than the standard baseline average for a bow, and a Dragonbone bow fires 80% slower.
Yeah.
At which point you'd might as well be using a crossbow.
Yeah, actually, I think that the fire rate of a Daedric bow or a Dragonbone bow is similar to the fire rate for a crossbow. That being said, the amount of damage that you can do with, a Dragonbone bow, especially with higher tier arrows, is, pretty big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're talking, even though I'm only moderately good with a bow with this character, like I'm talking 34 here, whereas a wooden longbow right about now would probably have a base damage of like 8 or 9 points.
Well, you're also talking 34 plus arrow damage.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is, though, I can shoot the same arrows with a wooden longbow that I can with this bow, right?
Yeah, but if you take into account 34 plus arrow damage, you're doing almost, not quite at this level, but almost in the neighborhood of damage that a two-handed weapon would do.
Yeah.
Right. By this level, you could probably, if you were to super specialize into two-handed weapons, you could probably be doing like 80 or so damage with a two-handed weapon by this point. Assuming you had like, a big hammer or something like that.
Yeah. Well, with this character, I've decided to make a go of it as like with an axe and shield kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I kind of like war axes in this game for some reason. I don't know why. I just do. I think one of the perks that I like is they have, especially in the Ordinator perk tree, the, figuring out what perks to use and how they all work and all that kind of stuff can be a bit difficult to master.
Mm-hmm.
But with the war axes, you can inflict bleed damage that gives you extra damage.
Yep.
So that's fairly easy to understand.
Yeah.
And so that's why, at least as a beginning level character, until I've developed that character somewhat more, I tend to favor war axe and shield. Because, of course, the shield gives you a little bit of extra armor value, too, which doesn't hurt. And
yeah, and that armor value applies whether you're blocking with the shield or not.
Yeah, and if you can block with it and even spend a perk or two on blocking...
you can protect yourself a lot better.
You can protect yourself from incoming attacks a lot better, right? And since I lack the, I guess, the skill that you have with two-handed weapons in controlling the distance between you and your opponent and all that kind of stuff, like I've never ever mastered that particular skill. Like it's harder for me, right?
It depends a lot too on the type of enemy that you're up against too, because this might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but if you're up against an enemy that's a lot stronger than you, then you don't necessarily even want to fight like that. You actually want to face tank them and deliver as many power attacks as you can in as short of an amount of time as possible, because you're not going to be able to successfully control the space between you and them and keep them out.
Looks like I haven't visited Your Highness yet. I don't have any of the good stuff, like no buds or seeds or anything like that.
Yep. But yeah, I guess the good example would be like you're level 3 and you go to clear out Valheim Towers with the bandit chieftain there on Legendary. And, well, you can barely survive a single hit from that guy.
Yeah.
So you're not going to space control that guy out, no matter what you do. But what you can do is you can power attack him and stagger him, and then drink a whole bunch of booze, and then repeatedly power attack him over and over until he's dead. And that's usually how I kill that particular guy. Just as an example of a way you would deal with an absolutely terrible physical matchup like that. Whereas if you're a little bit more even-footed with your opponent, then you don't have to worry so much about min-maxing the amount of damage you can do, and that ironically lets you fight a little bit more cautiously.
Yeah. Well, I like the shield because I can bash with the shield too and stagger my opponent, and then hit him while he's staggered and that kind of thing, right? It's a similar tactic to what you just described, except that I use a shield bash, or actually when I use a bow, I bash with the bow a lot.
Yeah.
Right, like I use that as a melee attack to deal with aggressive melee attackers, actually.
Damn those gray mains to oblivion. They
Yeah, grumpy guy. Hates the gray mains.
Faithless Imperial.
Yeah. I need to have a nap. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Looking for my husband Nazim?
I've got some red showing on my Magicka bar there. Oops, I'm going to the wrong place. Gotta go here. Hey, you better watch it. There's a guy down there downtown that doesn't like you very much.
I'm pretty sure Yorlin doesn't give a shit. He strikes me as the kind of guy who doesn't give a shit about much of anything.
Yeah. Oh well, here we are, and here is Farkas.
Skjor says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother has his smarts.
Yeah.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my...
Okay.
You seem to have a knack for this kind of thing. I'll make sure people in charge know.
Yeah, that's one thing about being a werewolf. So some of the extra physical abilities that I get.
Yep.
Like, you know how at low level fist fighting can be kind of tough?
Yep.
Well, I won easily.
Well, there you go.
I'm looking for work.
Skjor was looking for you earlier.
Oh, what do you want?
Don't know. He just said he needed to talk to you before you do anything else. I don't like making him angry, but there is some work for you if you want it.
Okay, well, better go and see what Skewer wants then. He's just sitting right over there. As you can see, I already stripped all the, well, it looks all the food and stuff off of the table, right?
Yeah, you took all the silverware, though.
Yeah, there's Rhea. What do you think of my modded Rhea?
Oh, yeah.
Just means
Hey.
I can show you the ropes.
There's Ayala.
I've heard you may actually be stronger than you look. Perhaps we can hunt together someday.
Oh, looks like I
Yeah,
missed.
he got up and then moved to a different chair because he wanted to eat what was over here and not what was over there.
I missed a couple of goblets and a silver jug, though, so we'll grab that stuff. Hey,
There you are.
what do you want?
I did. Your time, it seems.
Uh-oh.
Last week, a scholar came to us. He said he knew where we could find another fragment of Wuthrad. He seemed a fool to me, but if he's right, the honor of the companions demand that we seek it out.
Okay. All right.
There's a fine line between respect and
Huh.
bootlicking, new blood. But I like your spirit. We've decided this will be your trial. Do well, and you'll be counted among the companions. Farkas will be your shield sibling on this venture, Whelp. He'll answer
Okay.
any questions you have.
Yeah, okay.
Try not to disappoint, or to get him killed.
Well, I don't know. From what I can remember, this encounter with the silver hand is extremely difficult.
Yes, it is. Especially on higher difficulties.
Yeah.
And probably more so for you because you're a werewolf already.
Don't let them intimidate you, sister. We both know how to keep our heads, while the men
Right.
let their hearts
Yeah.
out.
Silver weapons are not going to be in short supply around here.
No. Anyway, I think maybe in light of that, I'm going to leave this one off for now until I've actually gained a little bit of levels and stuff like that.
Normally, it's a decent one if you weren't in the situation you're in now. It is a decent one if you wanted to acquire an early silver weapon or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, with your situation, I mean, it's already dangerous enough as it is. And then with your particular situation, you'd probably get yourself killed.
Oh, probably very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the main... I haven't done anything with the main quest line whatsoever yet.
Oh, yeah.
Because basically this character came from Solstheim, right?
Yep.
Like I started off as a werewolf with the alternate start mod.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, well, you start with that group of werewolves in Solstheim. So I traveled from Solstheim to Windhelm and kind of messed around there a little bit. And then, I ended up traveling down here to join the companions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, I think it would probably be a good idea. See, I just want to check and see what my... okay, my smithing is at 32. Can I make any... yeah, I can make some silver jewelry here. Well. There. We'll make some silver jewelry. I already cleaned most of the silverware out of your Vasker. I just missed a couple of things, I guess, when I made my sweep through there, right? And as you can see, I've already made my sweep through here, flower picking and, that kind of stuff too, right?
Yes, all vegetation in sight is gone, and all you see is stone. Rocks and stone.
That's right. Okay.
I can't imagine how bad you'd be for the flower picking thing if you had, like, an increased vegetation mod. The fact that they increased the amount of vegetation in Special Edition alone is enough.
Yeah, actually, that screwed me up a little bit. Oh, look. I could take all this silverware. Wow. I don't know. That might be a little bit too much for people to watch, though.
Something to do off camera.
Something to do off camera. Yeah, we'll clean out the silverware. Have I got anything I can sell to this guy? I could sell this scroll. What kind of spells do I know? Okay, I got a few conjuration spells. And I got time stutter, which is important. Okay, I've got everything that's important for the time being. Funny though, I can't steal these ones, but I can take every other piece of silver tableware in the place, right?
Maybe it's because it's like his personal silverware or something.
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't really care if I take the Jarl's stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see here. The Ethereum Wars. I guess I must have read that book somewhere already. The Legend of the Red Eagle.
Must have read that one too.
Must have read that one at some point. Lost Legends. Okay.
Hadn't read that one yet.
Yeah. That one's kind of tied to the Sarthal quest.
Yep.
In Winterhold, right? If you decide to join the Mages Guild. But anyway, the reason that I came here is to head upstairs here to the good old cloud storage chest and drop a bunch of stuff off. Oh yeah, I found Finn's loot too, so if I happen to join the Bard's College at some point, I've already completed somebody's side quest there.
Nice.
Somebody's fetch quest by finding Finn's loot.
Yep.
Except now I have to carry it around with me everywhere because it won't let me drop it because it's a quest item. Ooh. I got a lot of potions right now. I don't think I need to make any more. I've got 50. Did you see that? I've got 50 potions of minor healing.
Wow. Well, you know what? You'll use those up right quick, though, if you end up going into any kind of troublesome quest.
True.
Of course, the real thing is you need to do a quest that you won't get one shot in. Hence the possible need to avoid the current Companions quest right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure any of those Silver Hand guys would probably one-shot me right now. I found that to be an extremely difficult area to go through even at like level 25. You know, like I was able to get through it, but it was challenging. Okay, let's sell this magical scroll anyway.
There's a
See, there's all sorts of wonderful magical scrolls now in the game from these various magic overhauls that I'm running.
Yep.
But lots of them are those two-handed casting ones that take like forever to cast, right?
Yep.
So you could very easily be killed while you're doing the big, flowing big arm gesture, grand, like hand waving casting motion, right?
Yeah, you're doing the big arm waving casting motion, and the Draugr Deathlord shoots you with his bow.
Yeah, pretty much. It takes way less time to whack somebody with their sword than it does to cast some of those two-handed, like, master level spells that are on some of these scrolls, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to sleep too, because it is 11:38 p.m., so I might as well sleep for a bit. I've been active at night and sleeping during the day for the most part, but I guess we'll get turned around here again for the time being.
Well, to be fair, though, you are a werewolf. I mean, it's kind of natural.
Yeah. So let's see how we're doing here with that anyway. You have to kind of keep tabs on this when you're running the Werewolf Hunger mod, because you can get into some trouble. Okay, I'm still full, right? But you can get into some trouble if you forget about it and, neglect it, right?
Yep.
So I guess we'll have a tasty horse haunch for breakfast.
Horse.
Yeah.
Illegal in some countries. But not in Skyrim, apparently.
No. Well, Skyrim seems to be kind of like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in Fallout 4, where you can almost anything that is fair game so long as you can catch and kill it, right? Anyway, our carry weight isn't too bad right now, so I guess we'll head on our way here.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old form.
Anyway, we'll do a quick save there, and we'll open the door. And head out into the world. Well, there's the Khajiits. I don't think I really have anything that I need to buy or sell, though, right now, so...
Well, you kind of already did your shopkeeping, right? Unless you were looking for, like, more healing potions or something.
Well, I might have... Well, I think I have enough healing
Perhaps
potions.
you have encountered Madran or Akari. Both are sworn to me. Take a look.
Yeah, I think I might have, like, an extra, like, stamina poison here or something that I can sell, right? And those both restore health, so we'll keep those. Yeah, good enough.
May your road lead you to warm
Oh, I know what I should check for. Yeah,
I have traveled far across. Take a look.
Yeah. Okay. Resist fire. Okay. I was looking for resist magic enchantment.
I hope that you
Specifically, like an item with resist magic on it.
They can be pretty uncommon sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know, actually, it's weird, but like I was saying, in that one playthrough that I'm playing in Fallscar right now,
You found almost all of them.
I found like 3 magical resist magic items, right?
Yeah, well, it's all luck of the draw, right? Ultimately
that
speaking.
being said, though, that character is level 51, so I've been playing that one for a while, right?
Yep.
Even so, at level 51, Fallscar is pretty tough. Like, that's a tough area. You don't want to go in there too early. Because as it is, like today, I came within a whisker of getting killed like 3 times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I was in this one area, and of course at level 51, every Draugr that you encounter is like a Draugr Deathlord Murder Boss King kind of thing, right?
Yep.
And, you know, there's not just 1 or 2 of them in some of these encounter areas. There's like 7,
Yep.
right? You know, especially if it's like the sort of the end room to, you know, like you want to retrieve the High Mucky Muck artifact, and the High Mucky Muck artifact is sitting on a pedestal in the middle of this big room completely surrounded by sarcophagi.
Yep.
And as soon as you pick up the item, like 10 Draugr jump out of all of these like sarcophagi and attack you all at the same time, right?
Of course.
And yeah, so, you know, physically very dangerous area. Which is why the magic resistance is so valuable, because, of course, in my game, Draugr all shout quite a bit too, right? And some of them have really devastatingly powerful shouts. There's somebody over there fighting with wolves. Oh, it's the assassin guy.
who's going to roll up to you and also fight with the local wildlife while he's rolling up to you.
Yeah, that's okay. The wolves were helping me.
It's like, yeah, buddy, maybe you should stand up. It might be a little more effective.
Okay, well, that wasn't the first Dark Brotherhood assassin to try and take me out. I think I ate the last one. Wow, he took out an entire pack of wolves. See, I kind of need the scale armor right now, but I was thinking about, for role-playing purposes, I guess, as a werewolf, you'd probably want to wear fur armor, right?
Nah, you'd want to wear steel plate armor. And then when you transform, the steel plates just kind of like fold away like a power suit or something.
Yeah. Just like one of those CGI transformations in a movie or something, right?
That's right, yep.
Well, one thing about being a werewolf, it's kind of handy not getting attacked by wolves every 30 seconds.
Well, there's enough of them, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. When I'm not playing a werewolf character, it seems like I'm, I'm killing like a dozen wolves an hour kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, you know, all of Skyrim wants to kick your ass.
Yeah, including all the wolves. But anyway, we're going to head on in here to... I hear the pitter-patter of little feet. Oh, it's that deer.
Little feet, not so little.
Yeah. Actually, it's pretty funny. They got the deer names messed up because that is most definitely a moose, right?
Yeah, obviously.
When you look at that, that's what a moose looks like.
Yep.
Okay, a bull moose.
Well, it is what it is.
Which I suppose you could, if you really wanted to split hairs, you could say that it is kind of like a subspecies of deer, right? Except that they're huge. Somebody I used to work with actually had an old Camaro, and she'd run that up and down the road between the town where she lived in the plant. And one morning she was a bit late for work, and her car was all banged up because a moose ran out on the road in front of her. And Camaros are pretty low slung cars, right? And it hit this thing in the knees and knocked the legs out from under it, and it fell onto the hood of the car.
Oh, fuck.
But she was lucky. It was like her car was older, so it didn't have anti-lock brakes. So when she stepped on the brakes, because she saw it at the last second and tromped on the brakes, and it turned the car at an angle a little bit.
Yep.
So the moose didn't come through the windshield. It sort of slid across the hood and knocked the side view mirror off the car on the one side as it fell off the side of the hood on the other, on the side of that, on the one side of the car, right?
When lacking safety features actually saves your life.
Yeah, actually, she probably would have been killed. Because moose, like a bull moose, can weigh like 1,200 pounds, right? Like, they're huge.
Yep.
And apparently it got up and kind of shook itself off and then ran off into the bush after she hit it with her car. But it wrecked her car, like, ruined the hood and, like I said, knocked the mirror off one side and...
Yep.
Actually, used to see all kinds of crazy things. Like, I saw a picture of a Dodge Durango one time. And, like a Dodge Durango was basically a sport utility vehicle that came out, I guess, in maybe the late 1990s or mid-1990s. And it was a large-ish thing, a little bit like Dodge's answer to the Suburban or something, right, I suppose. and I saw a picture of one, and it had the hindquarters of a deer sticking out of the middle of the windshield. Like literally sticking out of the middle of the windshield. And then they showed another picture taken through the driver's door with the door open, and the front quarters of this deer had gone through the windshield, and the damn deer's head was turned to one side on the seat.
Oh fuck!
Right, like right in the middle of the front seat of the vehicle. Right.
Yeah.
So the guy driving that damn near got killed because this was a like a buck, so it had antlers, and it came like head first through the windshield at him. Right.
Yep.
Just the way that it jumped or something, I guess. Right. Anyway, before we go into Helgen, we're going to make a couple of side trips here. Well, we'll make a brief side trip. Maybe we don't need to do that. We can wait till after. Sure. I was going to go and visit our tower. You know, our tower?
Yep. The one that we made.
The one that we made? Yeah, but we'll go and visit it after we're done in Helgen here. Now that I know how to do nav meshing, and maybe I could work on that a little bit more too.
Well, we could even complete it.
Yeah.
I know too that you'd had more ideas for that than just simply what it is right now.
Yeah, well, I thought about if we could learn how to make dungeon spaces, then you could put in a... Uh-oh, it looks like there's...
Time to get bent.
Yeah, well, I want to get at least around the corner where bandits with bows can't shoot me. Because bandits with bows really hurt. Hey, where are you going? Can't figure out your way to me there?
Apparently.
Ah, fuck, I just got hit there. And I guess got hit again. Okay, we'll just keep leading this one away. Ow.
Ooh. Well, at least he only got hit once there.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing too bad here so far. But we need to drink up some of these excess potions that I've got anyway.
You should start with your minor ones almost.
That was my minor ones. They like the ones that I make myself are less effective than
the minor ones.
Yeah.
The whites take you.
The what? God damn it! That guy keeps chasing me.
Yeah, you just can't get away from him.
Yeah, I need to get away from where that guy can hit me with his bow, so I can kill this one.
Problem solved.
Oh, look at that! It's just like Steve Martin. Did you see that?
Yeah.
With the arrow sticking through your head. That's an old one. That's an old, like back when Steve Martin was still doing stand-up comedian stuff and stuff like that. He used to do that routine where he had the arrow sticking through his head.
Yep.
Okay. Now, where's my shield? Where's my shield? Okay. And we'll loot this person. We'll take the one iron arrow, I guess. There isn't really anything else worth taking here. Okay. Now, I'm coming for you, buddy. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
You get to the top of the cliff and then he takes out his fucking Gatling gun. Alright, you go minigun.
Yeah, see that? The arrow sticking through the head. Okay, well, I'll take
You're definitely going to have some projectiles to remove after this.
Yep. I'll remove projectiles here now, I guess. I think there's one more on the ground level there too, but I mostly wanted to, you know, like at least get out of the line of fire of that archer so I could deal with the other one, right?
Yeah, well, there's another guy in there too that's like behind something, I think.
Yeah. Okay. However, he's obviously lost track of me. So maybe I can sneak up on him and shoot him or something.
Or axe him in the back.
No, I'm not quite that sneaky yet that I can sneak up on somebody in broad daylight. That other character that I'm playing in Falskar is that sneaky. I actually snuck up on a guy while he was sitting on a chair facing me in a dungeon. And I walked right up to him from the direction that he was facing, sneaking, and backstabbed him, right?
Oh, fuck.
That's how broken, because I'm using the vanilla perk tree in that playthrough. Because
Yep.
I've got 2 different profiles here in Vortex.
Yeah, vanilla sneak is completely and totally broken.
Yeah, vanilla sneak is completely and totally broken. Oh, there he is. See him. I see you. Hey, I got a shot on him. Oh, he's gonna shoot.
Oh, he's a mage, this one.
Yeah. Turns out I'm a better shot than he is, though.
He only got 1 shot off there.
Yeah. Okay, well, he doesn't have much. I can recover a couple of arrows from him. Oh, look, there's a couple more guys over here. Uh-oh. Wow, there's like a whole ton of them.
You'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Wow, okay. He was pretty squishy. Wow, so was he.
I guess they must have just been nameless bandits. That guy's not, though.
Nope, he's not squishy.
That will hurt a lot if it hits you.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Well, I would imagine that the power attack would probably hurt quite a bit.
No, I think he's just squishy, too. Because those iron double axes can hurt quite a bit because they hit harder than a normal two-handed axe.
Yeah, but you might have noticed there, though, that I was paying attention and I can kind of recognize when he's winding up to take a power swing. And what I'll do is I'll back out of range while he's winding up to do that. And then after he misses me badly, I'll step in real quick and just tag him with a quick one, right?
Yep.
And that's usually how I handle some of these, super aggressive NPC types that like to use power attacks a lot. Which is why I prefer to fight in areas like this where I've got lots of open area to move around in, right? Because you need to be able to maneuver if you're going to fight that way. Oh, there's that guy from up on top of the tower there shooting arrows at me.
Yeah, that's the guy I was referring to earlier.
Oh.
The other archer guy that tends to be in here?
Yeah. Well. Okay, well. A potion of minor magicka. Oh, I have to eat something. Just hang on a second while I have a lunch break here, okay, buddy? There. And then, I think I'm going to summon one of these things. Because these archer guys can really be a pain. You see how he killed that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Jet. It didn't...
Yeah, you kung fu into those stairs.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how fucking hard it would be to try to deliver a kick like that on a set of stairs.
Yeah, really. Although, that being said, way back when I was young, I did see some, you know, like karate master types that could do some pretty amazing things. Ow. You know, like there was one guy who could, like sit on his knees basically and throw roundhouse kicks from his knees.
Yep.
And stuff like that, right? Okay, there, that takes care of that. See, and none of these guys have particularly high-level weapons, right? You know, like, even a guy with a wooden longbow with some mid-tiered arrows can really hurt, right? That's why even when you're level 50, you don't ignore the guy with the wooden longbow. Because he can hurt you real bad.
Yeah, with all the stacked up bleed damage.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but if he has sufficient skill as an archer,
then he has access to all the nasty special effects that bows can do too.
He can really hurt you anyway, right? Anyway, okay, well. I guess we have eliminated all of the bandits. So now we'll go around here and we'll activate this burnt corpse and pick up the Adventurer's Journal, which is, this is part of the alternate start mod, of course. And the guy talks about how he got captured while trying to sneak across the border, and then he was going to be executed, and then a dragon attacked, and then somehow or another he was burnt to a crisp, but this book survived.
Of course.
Right?
It was the fireproofing of the leather outside, of course.
Yeah, maybe it was a dragon hide covered book.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, and here is the key to Vuoxi, which is that nice house just outside of Riverwood.
Okay.
And here is our spell casting bandit who, for some reason, went dur so that I was able to shoot him 4 times. And I guess now we'll go inside. How hungry are we right now, anyway? Got to check on that every now and then.
Figuring that it might be time to transform?
Well, once we leave this area, I can't actually yet because my hunger counter hasn't reached 60 yet.
Yep.
So, and as you can see there, new moon daytime, my hunger only increases by 1 point an hour, right?
Yep. Well, perhaps we shall pause for a minute.
Oh, okay.
And we're back.
Yes. And so here is the Cliff Notes version of what I found in the book. I found a journal on a burnt corpse in Helgen. If I hadn't seen it for myself, I never would have believed what's written here. A dragon attacked Helgen. It flew right over me, heading north toward Riverwood. The journal mentions 2 people, Hadvar and Ralof, who went back to the cave to look for survivors. It might be worth investigating this cave. But of course we need to, you know, like, loot this place and pick up all the stuff and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yo, they give you an amazing amount of gear for the vanilla start here.
Yeah, well, the thing is that when you first start off in the vanilla start, basically you start off with nothing, right? In the vanilla start, though. So any of the iron weapons that you pick up in here, or the like Legion armor or the Imperial armor or whatever. I mean, that's basically your starting equipment, right?
Sure, but the Legion armor is a good way to get really get early game heavy armor really fast.
Oh well, this was the light. This was the light armor, though. You don't get the heavier armor until after
you can get it in here. One of the Legion guys, I think, has a heavy armor set if you go in with Rayloff.
But you have to fight at least one encounter before you get to it, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that is regardless of whether it's Rayloff or Hadvar.
It's this encounter that would typically be here.
You basically either you come in this way with Rayloff and encounter Imperials, or you come in from this door and encounter Stormcloaks, right?
Stormcloaks, yep.
Yeah.
That's the ones.
Yeah.
Well, at least Ulfric makes the trains arrive on time.
Yeah. Right? So anyway, you end up fighting a battle having to wear the light Imperial armor, right? And of course you have to be careful of this cabbage cart because it'll kill you if it gets the chance.
Yeah, because of physics bugs.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't make much sense to me here that, like you walk in here now, and even though the dragon's long gone, well, then a section of the keep collapses anyway.
Yep.
But I guess in the vanilla game it does that while the dragon's attacking, right? Uh-oh. There's some live ones in here.
Wow. That one was just called Bandit, though, so... Bandit is well within your skill.
Yeah, okay, well...
This guy, however, he's a little tougher.
Well, I gotta get my shield out. It's too bad that you can't, like, tag to that quick select thing, shield.
Whatever he's using for weapons, though, doesn't hurt you very much, at least.
Oh, look at that. I just shield bashed him. Okay, well, he's got a little bit of gold. I guess I'll take that. What do you got? Nothing. Okay, well... Yeah, I totally forgot. If you don't come in here right at the very beginning of your playthrough, this place is occupied by bandits, right?
Yeah, they reoccupy it. They retake it over.
Yeah. However, if you want to loot these Stormcloak soldiers, if you're a two-handed weapon guy at the beginning of the game too, like dead Stormcloaks are actually a good source of,
two-handed weapons, yeah.
Iron two-handed weapons anyway of different types. And this is where you can get your heavy Imperial armor if you want it. Or a good steel sword, right? If that's what you're inclined to start the game with. And of course there's sacks that contain various foods and that kind of thing, which can help a beginning level player too, right?
Yep, that way you can feast to survive.
That's right. Okay, there's probably, there's bandits here too. Where is he? He's hiding. There he is.
Finish this.
Oh yeah, you want to keep hitting him over and over until he's dead. Now, this guy will kill you with his pickaxe. At least he doesn't have a wooden club. Oh, he did.
One of them did.
Oh shit. You're lucky you didn't die.
Yeah, well, that doesn't... I think that was a fluke, because that's the one and only time that that's ever happened to me. This guy had a fishing rod.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And a lockpick.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you had like a level 90 plus character and you got killed by nameless bandit with wooden club in one hit.
Yeah. Yeah, and you told me it was some sort of a mathing.
Yeah, well, it had to be like a damage underflow bug.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Because you killed that guy in one hit when you went through it a second time.
Yeah, because nobody is that good with their wooden club.
That's right. And wooden clubs just don't do 900 points of damage.
Okay, we've got some things to look at in here. Of course, there's dead Stormcloak with a iron greatsword if you want it. Or you got the dead Torturer with his full set of armor, including bracers.
And steel dagger.
And a steel dagger. And you can pick these novice level locks on these cages. And of course, in the middle one, there's some looting that can be done too. So you can pick up the gold coins and the spell tome, and you can take the mage's stuff as well, because he doesn't need any of it anymore. Do I know Sparks? No. Okay, I do now. And then, so there you go, I just learned a new spell. Boy, that's a tough novice lock. Okay. So, we do have some other things to look at, though, because one of the very first mods that I ever made included this book.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. The Journal of Prakis Pell. And the idea being that this guy here, he had a name, and his name wasn't Torturer, it was Prakis Pell. And, of course, it's a skill book. It says, this book has been partially destroyed by fire, probably in the battle between the Stormcloaks and the Imperials in the Helgen Keep dungeon area. Transfer finally came through, thank the gods. I was beginning to think I would have to spend the rest of my life as head jailer of this horrible prison perched on the cliff overlooking White River Gorge. Who builds a fortress in such a perilous position anyway? It would not surprise me if it were to all collapse into the river soon. At night I can hear the faint cracking and groaning noises that must be the walls of this place shifting due to the slow, inevitable failure of the foundation. This morning I depart for Helgen, and of course this is dated like a couple of days before the events of the dragon attack, right?
Yep.
And I actually looked that up at one time to see what the date was. So anyway, this morning I depart for Helgen, the location of my new posting. It did not take me long to get ready, as I have few possessions. I'm able to carry everything in a single pack, my few research materials, and the spell tomes I've written for my revolutionary approach to teaching novice spellcasters. I still don't understand why the faculty at the college did not endorse my ideas. Does it make sense to teach a brand new novice a spell like Lesser Ward? A fledgling mage's magicka pool is exhausted within 3 seconds or so when he uses this spell. This and most other so-called novice spells are simply beyond the abilities of most novice students of magic. The Lesser Ward spell certainly has its place, but it is more powerful than necessary when faced with an enemy who uses novice attack spells. The low-level damage caused by a simple flame spell does not warrant a protective counterspell that will easily nullify an apprentice-level destruction spell such as Firebolt or Ice Spike. Certainly my beginner's ward would be easily overwhelmed by a more powerful spell, but that is why stronger wards exist. Recognizing and choosing the appropriate response to an attack is the most important skill a mage can develop. The same can be said for the spells in the other schools of magic. Why should a novice mage have no choice but to quickly expend all of his magicka on a flame spell to kill a few nuisance creatures such as skeevers? Is it not more efficient to use a less powerful version of flames that will still be capable of destroying lesser creatures while conserving magicka? Maybe a novice mage would hesitate to use an oak flesh spell that could save his life, because he knows he will have no power left to attack his enemies. A compromise, in which a spell provides a bit less protection, but does not exhaust the novice mage's magicka reserve may be appropriate to the situation. My approach can give young mages choices they don't currently have. And then, here we go, 14th. I finally arrived at Helgen today. Hopefully this will be a safe, peaceful posting where I can spend most of my time on my research. The facilities here are makeshift at best, but at least I have a secure enclosure in the dungeon area of the keep that is equipped with shelves where I can store my precious spell tomes. There is even enough space to add enchanting and alchemy work tables at some point. For now, I am allowed to use the workstations in the guard tower next to the inn. It is a bit inconvenient. At my age, the walk is a bit tiring. I'll put in a request to the garrison commander for funds to purchase my own facilities tomorrow. The 15th. It is only my first day as head jailer at Helgen, and already there's some excitement. Apparently a wandering student from the College of Magic had a bit too much mead in the local tavern, and he assaulted a fellow patron. When the town guards attempted to arrest him, he kept them at bay with the spark spell. One of the guards came to fetch me while the others kept the rogue mage cornered in the tavern. Obviously they had been told I had some ability as a mage. I of course responded as quickly as I could. Maybe town guard is not part of my job description, but I would be a poor legionnaire if I did not help to keep order in the town that is now my home. When I confronted the mage in the tavern, he immediately attacked with his spark spell. I was ready for him though, and my beginner ward easily stopped the torrent of lightning. We went on like this for several seconds, my opponent attacking with his spell, and me defending with mine. Finally, the unruly mage ran out of magicka. He sure looked surprised. I guess he assumed I was using the costly magicka-draining lesser ward to protect myself from his attacks. He was defeated not by superior power, but by a flaw in his own education. I did not bother to use my remaining magicka to attack the now helpless mage, although I could have. Instead, I stood aside and watched the angry town guards pummel him into unconsciousness. The mage who was arrested yesterday has not yet regained consciousness. Maybe the guards were a bit too enthusiastic in subduing him. He's not dead yet, but he doesn't look good. I'll check on him again later. A runner arrived today with news from Darkwater Crossing. It seems that General Tullius has captured some Stormcloak rebels and is bringing them here. I've been told to inform the headsman to sharpen his axe because he has a busy day coming up very soon. So there you go. And then, of course, we have some spell tomes. So these are basically weaker versions of some of the novice level spells.
Yep.
Okay, and there's a couple of lockpicks. And we'll take that stuff. And a lot of this stuff, of course, isn't here yet. You know, like when you first come through.
Yep.
Here,
because the bandits haven't moved in yet.
Because the bandits haven't moved in yet. But anyway. So we can learn these spells by reading these spell tomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And so, if we look at spells, for example, now we have Chill Burst, which is a weaker version of Frostbite, right? Or Scorch, right? Which is a weaker version of Flames. Like Flames does 9 points per second at the cost of 12. And Scorch does 4 points per second, right? And the same thing, Jolt does 4 points per second, Spark does 9, you know, like that kind of thing, right?
But the magic cost scales respectively as well.
Exactly. And if you look at Bound Sword, for example, the typical Bound Sword spell, even though it's a novice spell, costs 52 magicka to summon. Well, a lesser Bound Sword costs a lot less, but it also only lasts for 20 seconds or something like that, right?
Yep.
So it's a way to improve, and then this is basically a beginner level comm spell, right? That affects a lower level group of enemies. And you got Air Armor, which is a weaker version of Oak Flesh. I think this one gives you like 15, well, we can find out. we'll equip it. Okay. Because I was fairly new to making mods at the time when I made this too, so I didn't necessarily write the descriptions of these spells as well as I could have. Because I was still, you know, focusing on figuring out how to do it at all, kind of thing, right?
Yep.
But anyway, my current armor value is 375. So we'll cast our beginner level armor spell. And that gives us 390. So basically it adds 15 points of armor.
Yep.
Right? At a fairly low cost. And probably the best spell, the most useful one out of all the spells that I created in here, is Beginner Ward, which is a half-strength ward spell.
Yep.
But it works, you know, like really well, right? Like much better than I had anticipated. Because it does in fact stop most low-level magical attacks. And it will also stop like dragon breath attacks and that kind of thing too, right?
Because they just don't do enough damage in order to overcome it.
Well, I'm not sure why, but
it might be that the individual hit of a dragon breath is individually not as strong, even if the collective spell is much stronger. It's probably like single hit damage needs to surpass the value of the ward.
Yeah.
And
well, I wasn't really thinking of it that way at the time anyway. I was just looking for something that I could use to protect myself from incoming magical attacks, like, you know, from other mage characters and that kind of thing.
yeah, whereas a breath attack is more like damage over time,
Yeah,
right?
whereas the discovery of its effectiveness against breath attacks was like a purely an accident, right? I never even took that into account when I made it. Anyway, I also placed the Bound Dagger spell tome in this area. Why did I do that? Because Bound Dagger is actually a lesser spell than Bound Sword, but for some reason you don't find Bound Dagger until you actually go to Solstheim. So you're already a pretty high level character by the time you
And you've got far better bound things that you could summon by then.
Yeah, exactly. So I figured, you know what? That particular spell should have been available to players right from the very beginning, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for it to be there.
So that's why I stuck a copy of that spell tome on that shelf right there. And I'm just going to have a look here. Oh.
You're really itching to eat people.
Well, the thing is that there's a really, really scary bandit up here that I don't think I can handle, you know, on my own as a regular.
Well, you could always wait until you get
Yeah,
hungry.
I should maybe wait. I'll wait for a couple of hours, hey? I think I can do that here. But nope, I can't wait in this location.
Well, I guess you're just going to have to tough it out then.
Waiting is not allowed. That's okay. If things work out here, I might be all right anyway. But this bandit leader here tends to be very, very tough, dressed in higher level armor. Yeah, see? You can tell by the helmet. It's like scale armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, time to run now.
I know what I'll do is I'll
Get your what the fuck out?
I'll conjure my little friend here. And then I'll run away.
This is the end for you.
Yeah. And of course she probably ran right by my little friend, but of course. So I guess I'll just conjure another one.
You won't live to see tomorrow.
And then I'll run away.
Damn you!
Oh, poison. Okay. Come on, do something useful. Yeah.
Swear I'll kill you.
Yeah. I wonder if I have any poisons on me. I've got
More than a few.
I've got paralysis poison.
Belly like an old woman's purse.
Oh yeah, except that bandit leaders always resist. Okay, well, I'm going to put some of that on you. Okay, my other summon is still...
This is the end for you.
There, it just showed up. Nice of you to show up. Ow. Jeez. I guess I must be out of stamina to do my little dodge thing with.
Yeah,
too.
just about. I think you can kill that chief. In combat now.
I can take
Oh.
Wow, you know what? That bandit chief has a poisoned weapon.
Or a magic weapon.
No, it's poisoned. It just told me I was poisoned, right?
Oh, again?
Yeah.
my death is highly
Oh, now.
Yeah. Okay. Because that bandit chief has the full set of scale armor and a pretty good weapon and all that kind of stuff, right? Like...
Well, you made it.
I made it.
Now you just need to pick up some of the liquor.
See, it would be nice if you could have the weapon and the shield together tied to, you know, like right or left, you know? Like for your quick select thing.
Well, it would be nice if you
Like
could cast spells without having to put them away.
See, if I draw the bow here, and then I switch, right? Well, even if I had a spell in my left hand before, I'd rather, you know, when I do that quick switch, I'd rather have the shield in my hand, right?
Yeah. Well, I always favored the Oblivion spell casting system where you could have weapon, shield, and cast spells, or two-handed weapon and cast spells.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like that too. It did make the combat a little bit easier, especially for the style that I was playing in that one, remember?
Yep.
Because I was using absorb health spells as a big part of my offense, right? Okay, well, anyway, I managed to avoid being killed by that bandit chief. Oh, somebody seems to have forgotten that I'm here.
If they ever knew.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you gotta hate that, eh?
Yeah. Okay, well, things worked out eventually anyway.
I mean, isn't it called archery because the shots are supposed to
Yeah,
arc?
like the shot is supposed to arc over the stupid thing, right?
Yep.
I guess maybe it was too short of a distance for my arrow to actually arch. Oh well. One thing about having a bunch of bandits in here anyways is that they have this chest in here that you can loot too, right?
Yeah, and it usually has some good stuff in it.
Well, yeah, not bad, I guess, for this level of play. And of course you can loot these guys for their arrows if you want to, and when you're a brand new beginning character, this is how you can get your first bow, right?
It's the perfect weapon for shooting into walls to distract enemies. Because the game won't actually let you throw rocks.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more bandit over there, too.
Oh, you didn't hit any of the obstacles along the way to him there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, anyway, I could try and proceed straight into the caves here, but the guy who did the alternate start mod actually programmed a little thing in where you get a little message saying you must have used a console command to get through to this area. Stop that, and then it teleports you back over here anyway. So,
how weird.
Yeah. Funny, hey?
Funny that someone would even care enough to put that in.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure why, but because if you come back here when bandits have moved in, they've cleared out that rock collapse anyway, so you could walk through there, right? Anyway, I was just going to check and see here. Okay, so I could change now. But anyway, we'll do a quick save and then I'll just show you. See, the rock fall's all gone here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll proceed on through here. And it looks like I can head down this way and pick this stuff up down here like normal. Oh, there's nothing in there. Potion of healing. And gotta have something to eat now. Okay. Oh, look at, there's those little golden spider things. Wow.
Yeah, it landed kind of on a slope there.
Yep. Now here comes the big frostbite spiders. Come on, get out here where I can see you.
Wow, you actually flipped that one on its side.
Yeah. Well, what's one thing I will say is I'm because the bow has been my weapon of choice in this game almost ever since it first came out. I've gotten to the point where I'm actually pretty good with the bow. Nothing in there. Grab those. And we'll head on this way. Using console commands to bypass things will break your game. Stop it. So I press OK.
And then it teleports you back out here.
It teleports me back outside. So there you go.
What a weird thing.
Yep. I guess that he was assuming that You know, like people who are playing it, you know, like right from the very beginning using the vanilla start or something would have had to have used TCL or something in order to be able to go through the rockfall, right?
Ah.
But I didn't use any console commands there, right?
Nope.
So anyway, I guess now we'll have to go back in here from this way. Sometimes weirdest things can pop up here. Like, normally you come through here and there's a bear, but this time around it's a troll.
It's like, how the hell did the troll get here?
Well, other times it can be like 2 bears or a pack of wolves, or, you know, it's almost like they take some sort of wilderness encounter.
Yep.
And
just jam it where that bear used to be.
Yeah, exactly. So now I could go all the way back to back into the cave there if I wanted to, but there's no point. I've already killed and looted the spiders and all that kind of good stuff. So
yeah, I guess the irony of the wilderness encounter is that sometimes if it's immediately hostile, then you see these guys get up and shoot at it too.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. They're supposed to be laying here disabled, right?
But they'll react to hostility.
Yeah, they'll get up and they'll shoot the hostile enemies anyway. So we're going to talk to Rayloff. He says, "What are you doing back here?" "I came to see what was going on." He says, "Riverwood will burn. You need to go warn them now." And I say something, you know, like silly and foolish. "Never mind, just help me out and I'll come with you. Find me a healing potion." Okay. So then we have to come back. "Do you have a healing potion?" "I might have one." Okay. Good, I could count on you. Well, I'm going to give you one of my potions of minor healing. Because,
a shit one.
Because it will do the trick just as well as any other to get you back on your feet.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for
Where?
this time.
I think he left already.
To know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Yeah, okay. You betcha you wouldn't have. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to follow along with you because, you know, I'm going to take care of my werewolf hunger and just kind of top up things off here a little bit. Because I know that I can transform now, and I can kind of go through the outside part of the keep and eat all those dead bandits, and I can go into the inside part of the keep and, you know, like just stuff myself on bandits and dead Stormcloaks, right? So, oh, and here's the first one right here. So I guess we'll get this going here. No combat in werewolf form today, but oh well.
The feast begins.
Yeah. And I really love this werewolf mod. By the same author that did the original Moonlit Tales in Legendary Skyrim. And he finally, more or less, it wasn't a direct port, he rebuilt it apparently, but he basically rebuilt that mod or SE, right?
Yep.
There were other different versions that had fewer options than this one. But this one you've got, you know, like the ability to do all this kind of stuff and that kind of thing. And, you know, like this is a skin out of about 24 different choices.
Yep.
That I could choose, and the eyes color as well. You know, like you can choose about several different eye colors. So if your character is, you know, like red-haired, well, there are actually a couple of werewolf models that have kind of reddish fur.
Yep.
So you could have your, like, this character here, Herdis Halfelven, you know, her hair is black, right? So I chose a black furred werewolf model, right?
Because it makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go up to the tower there and we'll
eat what's his nuts?
Eat that guy at the top of the tower. Oh, he's not here anymore. Oh no, there he is. He's hanging over the wall. Because we might as well get topped up. And I can follow the same path out that you do through the vanilla game. Except that it's a little less exciting because there's no fire and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's all burned out by now.
Yeah. Okay, ate that guy already. There isn't anybody in this part, right? So we might as well go in this door here. And the cool thing is that when you feed as a werewolf, it also takes care of your survival mode hunger and stuff like that too, right?
Weird.
No, it's not weird at all, actually. When you're hungry, you eat, right?
Yeah, well, I guess so. Yeah, I guess in hindsight it makes sense. But there's so many other things that don't look after survival mode hunger that it's kind of surprising that that's one thing that would be.
Yeah.
Right? What was it? You know, the various stews, like apple cabbage stew is great for your hunger, but you know, one of the various meat stews does absolutely nothing for you.
Yeah, it's really weird. Some food, well, originally all food items were basically poor man's
healing
items, right? But now they're supposed to, you know, not only heal you but also restore your hunger, right?
Yep.
But yeah, a lot of the items in the survival mode. That's why I think that some of the other warts that we found in survival mode are actually bugs, not features. Like, for example, the disease thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the makers of that particular mode or mod also overlooked, you know, things like one food item will restore hunger, but another one won't.
Yep.
Even if they're very similar items that have similar recipes, you know? That just didn't seem right.
It just seemed unfinished.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't like the Creation Club, because, you know, like, they were charging money for stuff like that, right?
Yep.
You know, for you know, something like that you can forgive if it's a mod that's uploaded to the Nexus for people to download for free. But when Bethesda is selling that, you know, like from their Creation Club store, their mod store, you know, if you're going to sell something like that, you should make sure that it is 100% bulletproof working, right? You know? Because I'm pretty sure that if they had, you know, called something like that DLC and sold it as DLC, well, it would not have been accepted if it had bugs.
Yep.
Right? There, I just earned another werewolf perk. We got, what, two more bodies to eat here?
Yeah, 'cause there's the orc at the end of the...
Yeah.
And then I wonder if you could trigger that message a second time to get outside real fast.
Don't know.
See? You can use it as your fast travel. Give it a go.
Yeah, let's see what I can get for a perk here first. Okay, Fury, 15% chance to do. Yeah, okay. Oh, I've been following this tree up here a bit too. Oh, okay. Well, sprinting in werewolf form, the momentum of your speed. It looks like I don't have to actually press the attack button. I can just sprint into them, right? To knock them down or whatever.
Yep.
I'll have to try that one out the next time I see an enemy. Yeah. I also have a level up available. Yeah, you never know. Maybe that message only happens the first time you come through, and then after that they assume that...
you smartened up, quote unquote?
Well, or that conditions have changed. See, I can eat spiders now, too. I can even eat these little gold ones. Wasn't there two of these? Where'd the other one go?
Well, you kind of flipped it sideways, and it was like sideways half clipping through a rock, Bethesda style, so...
Oh, okay. So I vaporized it.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to it.
Okay, well, I guess it's not the end of the world then. Okay. No message this time, hey?
Looks like not.
So that condition, whatever it was, has passed. Looks like that troll got covered by the rock fall too, not just Hadvar. So I guess there we go. What are we looking at for time here, Recvi5X?
We are at an hour 42, coming up on an hour 43.
Okay, so we're a little bit over time here.
It is what it is. You had to finish what you were doing here.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll go and look at our tower in the next episode.
Yeah, you can see it from here.
You can see it from here. I'm looking right at it. Our tower. Anyway, I guess that'll be for next time. So until then,
I'm Recvi5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.